What is up, guys? Lord Nick here, bringing you another One Piece related video. This video, guys, we're gonna do a quick little deck tech over what the deck currently looks like, what the deck could look like, and not necessarily what it could look like, but basically just the small tweaks that I made since the last video, which I did discuss in the last video. I just hadn't made those tweaks quite yet, and they're not very big. It's just a couple 3-card change, and then we're gonna do some gameplay. We are not going to do rank sim, even though the sim just patched and everything. I haven't been playing as much One Piece. I've been preparing for a Flesh and Blood tournament at the end of the month. I'm going to be in Memphis, so if any of you happen to play Flesh and Blood and are also going to be at Calling Memphis, feel free to say hi. I'm going to be playing in the Classic event, Classic Constructed event, and I'm going to be heading around kind of shilling out my main business. So if you see a guy walking around talking about jerseys, might be me, feel free to say hi, guys. And later this year I'll be at a lot of other One Piece events. Like I'm trying to get into the Dallas event in March. I missed the early up. I'm on the wait list. So here's hoping. Fingers crossed. Anyhow, the small tweaks I made to the deck, guys, was I cut one copy of Kyros so that I could add in an additional copy of Aramaki. This card is just too important in too many matchups. At 2 of, I was not seeing it enough. There were many games that I was missing a copy of it, so just to add a little extra consistency, I wanted to add in another one. I did like the stainlesses. The problem was that it was just not as good in some matchups. It was a perfectly fine substitution in early game stuff, but my early game got a lot stronger with the additions of Ama no Murakumo sword. So because of that, we cut the 2 stainlesses because we didn't really quite need them as much, and so we went back to 2 sabos. We could technically go up to a Scarlet Suleiman. I don't think we need that much consistency with those cards because of the fact that outside of the fact that sabos can find them, we can also find them with leader abilities, and the Suleimans are recurable with Rebecca's and Moncheries. So ultimately 3 of those 2 I think is perfectly fine. Whereas like something like Hajrudin, we definitely need it at 4 because it is just our main reducer, so we want to be able to see it. So with those being reduced, some of you might be like, well, with Kyros reduced, doesn't that hurt your early game? But our early game is strong enough with the fact that we have 3 copies of Kyros, 3 copies of Ama no Murakumo, and then 2 copies of Brook. We have enough early game, and then we just want some consistency to our end game winning conditions, which is Aramaki Kuzan. So we want to see that more. I have been discussing it in previous videos, and I am debating it still of reducing the 2 Luffys to nothing and putting in 2 Lucchis. I haven't pulled the trigger on it, and because I'm not testing as much right now, I'm not going to pull the trigger. So it's a bit more of a casual, just kind of showing off this deck in a more or less casual situation. We are not going to be playing this with like the idea of, oh, we got to play it again in like a hyper competitive one, but we're going to try to play it into a matchup that you're more or less going to see, right? So Doffy being one of those matchups. Let's see, what did he choose? He chose to go second, so we are going first. So this isn't a terrible go first hand. It has 2 2Ks. It has Ama. We're going to keep this because it actually has cards we want to see. We're going to take the patchwork. We are now cooking. We're fine. All right, there's a Perona. This next turn, we're going to just probably play out our Bardo, because even if he decides to bounce this, he bounces a 2K back to our hand, and we're okay with that. Plus, we don't need to waste any of our removal. We're already seeing 2 Kuzans. If we can find an Aramaki, we're going to be golden when we get into the curve. Being off of the even curve does make this matchup a little bit hard, not even a little bit, quite a bit harder. Because we can't play Hajrudin on curve, we can't play Aramaki on curve, and Kuzan being off curve is really bad. It's just one extra turn that we have to try to survive to get to. So we have to play for, and because we have no aggression, it does put us on a back foot. So this matchup goes particularly significantly better every time that we can do. Okay, see, we called it. We knew what he was going to try to do. No block. Let's give him the 2 right now. It does thin out our hand some. And we're just going to bounce both of these this next turn. We're bottom decking both of these this next turn. Cancel that effect. Get rid of you. Activate leader. There goes an Aramaki. That does stink a little bit. But it's fine. We're going to put out stage so that we can drop Luffy next turn. We're at 6 already here. We are going to have to eat this next hit, but we have Luffy to help try to clear out some of his cards. He doesn't really have a good way of dealing with Luffy, so just swinging with the Luffy is going to be pretty efficient for us. He also hasn't developed a board state, so we're kind of okay with this because it is slowing it down. We countered out of his early attack. We've removed his board state. It's not necessarily an ideal situation to be in right now, but we can drop this Luffy this next turn. That's a card that he has to deal with. He's coming at us for 6. We are going to eat it. Oh, God. We've seen all 3 copies of Kuzan, so surviving is going to be the big thing. If we were on... So our 9 curve is going to be these 2, so we are just going to play him. We're going to swing 7 into the Jinbei, because he'll eat 2 cards out of his hand. Or he lets it die, which is perfectly okay to us. So this next turn is going to be Hajrudin, reduce, play Kyros, and anything that's rested we're swinging into to kill, if we can. We're gonna we're gonna use this to reduce and kill something of importance, and then we're gonna swing our boys in to try to kill stuff. We have to eat it because we're out of counter now. No trigger. Man, we are hitting no counter, and we're drawing every copy of Kuzan is really rough. I mean, this can happen. It doesn't happen often that I hit everything that is no counter in the deck, but it can happen. So I mean, this is particularly probably one of the singular worst draws I can see, outside of some of the early removal cards that we had. All right, so he's getting back his Jinbei. He's going to swing 7 at lead. We have to remove 2 of his characters. If he doesn't go for the Luffy here, we actually can cook pretty hard this next turn. Wow, he didn't even use leader ability. He just swung Idiot Life. Okay, sure, yeah. Okay, so let's do 7 into 5. See what we do. See what he says. He allowed it. All right, so we then play here. 7 into 6. I mean, we have a pretty big turn. Like, that was pretty good for us. I doubt he's going to start trying to go for board at this point, so we need to find a blocker. We have 3k counter in hand here, so if he doesn't go 8 on our lead here, okay, cool, bottom deck those. I really don't care. If he does 7 here, we're going to counter out to stay here, because it doesn't matter what character he gets. Counter out. Alright, so Luffy, let's try to get a counter out of his hand. Because I don't care if he has the Perona. That's so much Dawn, he has to invest on the Perona. That we don't really care. This says, with our Kuzan out, that we are now just getting rid of any characters he develops. And then Luffy is also going to take care of characters because he's not going for the Luffy for some reason. Cool, we don't care. Both of these are gone this next turn, or if he plays another big character, we don't care because it's gone. If he does another Hancock, then that's fine too. So he's coming 6 at lead. Sure, we'll eat it because he's not going to swing another character at us. Oh, he has Red Rock in his build. Interesting. Nobody runs Red Rock in their build anymore, it feels like. I think we just do destroy 7 into 5 and then we can do it again. It's 2 cards out of hand. He has to have 2k 1k 2k 1k to keep this Jinbei alive, and we have 3k counter here, so I mean, like, he can force it, but like, we have to stick this. Yeah, not many of them are actually running the Red Rocks anymore. Why are you swinging 5 at lead? No. Okay, because you want to play that. I would like to get another blocker out, but we're just gonna do kill. 7 and 2. You're not gonna protect that. 10 and 5. Like, we could have restood the Luffy, but because we were falling behind so much on cards, like, I could only do one restand, and I don't want to lose the Luffy, so I'd very much prefer just to keep him as a card that we are trying to utilize as removal when we're drawing no counter. He found his femur. Now you just stick all of it on lead and go into face. That's all you have to do. Bad choice. I mean, not the worst choice. But if I hit anything here, we could have gotten out of it. Nope. We have to eat it. And we have to pray that we find something. Alright, so we can get you to get us back at 2K. So first off, goodbye both of you. He's gonna femur. We don't have another 2K that we can get back? No, not currently. Okay, sure. Doesn't matter which one we grab, we'll just grab one. And turn. I mean, we made it get a lot closer than I thought it was going to be when we drew nothing but bricks. So let's see. He's not going to femur here because he didn't have to. Right, like there's no point to femuring. So 15. So let's see, what is our counter out of hand? Not enough. We just drew too many bricks too early. But we had a chance of winning that game. We just... unlucky draw, I guess. Let's show Blackbeard. This is a matchup that can happen, and this is a deck that I think we actually have a very good matchup into. So I kind of want to showcase both ends of the spectrum here. This is both a great hand and a terrible hand. We're going to keep it, though. Oh, he chose to go first. Cool. Gave us the better curve for us. Take one of these. I'm going to pass turn. I don't care he has a Lafitte immediately, because this is just going to take out his Lafitte. And if we happen to find a stage, we're just going to be able to just keep taking these out. Ooh, 2 Lafittes. All right. He has to turn off our on play this turn, and if he doesn't, he loses the Lafitte. And then he has a card that he has to burn a black hole on. Lafitte to draw a Lafitte. I'll give you 2K. Does he discard the card? He does. All right. So, I mean, we still play him because there's just not a better play. We just don't get the on play. And then we activate. We'll take another one to force him to do it again next turn. We could actually use this to keep one of them from restanding and completely destroy his Lafittes there. But I don't want to waste this yet. We have our curve, So literally, we're fine. We don't like the only thing that would make this better is if we had stage so that we could play this swing that in there. But if he bottom, like, he has to black hole this. If he leaves this and rests either of these Lafitte's, they die. But not being able to use them is almost as bad for him. He does have a third one in hand. So yeah, just do 3 Lafitte turns. 3 Lafitte, swing 6. He's going to lose one. I mean, it's fine by me, dude. Just use all your Lafitte's. Now, if we find stage, we can off-curve use go. Oh, cool. Another card. What has he lost now? He's lost 2. We'll eat that, because it doesn't really matter to eat 1 right now. Perfect, dude. Oh, and he didn't turn it off. 5. Let's deploy this, see if he tries to kill it. He gets to keep 1 Lafitte. Like I said, we could rest it, but I kind of want to save these just to have it. We're probably Aramakiing this next turn. So even with all this card draw, I'm never going to be attacking his life. Like, not until he's burned through cards. And if all of his Lafitte's end up in trash, he has no real way of getting those back. We'll block. I'm okay with that, because, like, he's going to burn through this either way. Yeah, there's the Van Augur. That's... Okay. Oh, you're going to try to kill him? Yeah, nice kill. Good job, bud. So, yeah, we play you. 5 into Don Q. Go ahead and draw your card. I don't really care. You... Discard one of these, get rid of the Lafitte so you don't get any draw power, pass. He needs to turn off my on play this turn, or else he's going to have a world of hurt this coming turn. He does get to keep the Van Augur because of this, because of the way I played it, but, like, I don't mind that as much. Like, I could bottom deck it, but... You know, not setting up the curve last turn. He had too many Lafitte's. We don't want him to have too many Lafitte's. And killing as many as we can is good. 2 of them are dead. 1's at the bottom of his deck now. He may have another one. I haven't been paying attention to how many of them he's picking up here. But he's also milled through 2 finger pistols. He's playing the Vasco shot route, which means he probably doesn't have a way of getting them back. And we will have ways in the late game of just dealing with Burgesses. We can put the Burgesses to his bottom. Him not milling out of cards is fine. That's not a problem to me. Oh, you're swinging with him? Dab later. Sure. What are you going to do? Brother. Okay, cool. He surrendered. I mean, it's a hard matchup for him either way, but, like... There's not much he can really do. Like, he needs to be discarding cards to turn off my abilities. He did it 1 turn and then didn't after that. Wow, there are a lot. All right, we'll do 1 more Blackbeard matchup, just because there's just 4 Blackbeards here. Okay, maybe not. None of the only one that's like I don't think you're gonna run into red purple Luffy's or purple black Luffy, which is why I don't really want to show that one. This is keepable. We're gonna mulligan it. Oh, this is arguably better. Deploy, activate leader, grab a 2K pass. Okay, yep, you get 1. I mean, we could bottom deck this right off the bat. I don't want to right off the bat. All right, it's another Blackbeard with double the feet out early. It's fine by me. If I hit my Kyros here, nope, didn't hit him. We're at 7, can't hit him. So deploy minus. Swing 4 minus. Grab Rebecca, pass. Alright, we got a couple cards in trash here. I don't mind if this ends up dying, but like just taking care of Lafitte is pretty good. Full of lead, gets rid of a full of lead to get you another Lafitte. Plays Lafitte, uses both Lafittes, probably swings 6 into this. We're probably just bottom decking both. And setting up a Scarlet this next turn. Yeah, you got him. It's fine by me. Hell yeah, and we got a discard out of it. Alright, so let's do this to the bottom with both of you, because I don't care. You activate leader. It's the third Scarlet. Bastard. So that's fine by me. Like, take care of his Lafitte's. We've killed one, 2 of them are at the bottom. Here's a Burgess. It's fine. We're gonna bottom deck this turn. Yeah, he has no way of dealing with my hand. Oh, there's one. Cool, Gyros. He turned it off by discarding a 10-beard? What did he do? Wait, oh, he full of lead discarded a 10-beard? That seems like a crazy choice. Deploy. Activate. We're not going to do a deploy with her because we don't need to. Get rid of this Kira. Because I want a card that I can discard, and Kyros is perfectly fine. I have a discard there. Get rid of that. There's no Burgess threat now. He's kind of trying to just mill through his deck using full of lead. This is my age. This is fine. Like, he's burning through all the things. Like, he's not going to have a whole lot of setup that deals with this. Yeah, you needed that Laboon, didn't you, huh, bud? But that's 3. This is my ages gone. 3. This is my ages. He got rid of his full lead already. That's 2 Vasco shots gone. I'm not really going at his life anytime soon. Yeah, sure. Whatever, dude. Whatever floats your boat. That's a bad play. Because now I just hard cast this and not care. Pass. Maybe you turn it off. Kuzan? Sure. Got rid of that. Discarding that for leader ability off. Block. Alright, so we got Black Hold. We can do this. So he's at 5. He's at 2. I'll give him a card, because we need to just start working on his life a little bit. Sure, activate that. That's fine. He got his Burgess back. Ain't gonna do nothing. At what point are you gonna have time to play your Burgess, bud? You gonna keep turning off my leader ability? Yeah, lose cards, bud. That's fine by me. Pulling you back. Let's grab me. Let's grab me a Brook. That's fine. Activate leader. Hey, there's our Hajj. I'll deploy you. End turn. I don't care. We'll play this the long way. We'll take the long road out of this, guys. That's how this game goes. Alright, that's a second one. If he swings with this, that's a huge mistake on his part. No. So he's black holing me again. Do we have a way of dealing with them? Not really. Not right now, at least. Put you back, put you back. Grab a 2K. Plenty of counter now. $14. He's just gonna take it, I imagine. He killed the Sabo. Okay, end turn. Right, you have your 4th copy of Blackbeard already. There's your Lafitte's back again. You can find it. You can dig for it. Got his Van Auger. Nice. You're going to discard a card to activate your leader ability? Yeah, there's a Kuzan. That's pretty good. No block. Yeah, sure. Yeah, like, don't really get out of this scenario here, because this comes online, you don't have him. And I'm just going to wipe his board this turn. So, there it is. Like, we have way too much value about to hit him this turn. So, yeah, guys, not the end of the world matchup. Like, I mean, this one's expected for us to be a good one, but it's a very good one for us, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. It's I like, if you run into a lot of Blackbeards, Rebecca I think is going to be really good. So this next set, if there's just tons of Blackbeard, she's going to be really good. If I mean, in 10, when I start doing the 10 gameplay and stuff like that for Decklist, I think we're going to have a pretty cool time deck building and having fun again, which is really what I've been missing from the channel. I felt like I took a little too much emphasis on trying to be competitive without the availability to be competitive. So the deck can be competitive, but I think ultimately that, like, you should just be looking to have fun, and this deck to me is just a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys feel the same way, and hopefully you guys like the video. Until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye, guys.